Good afternoon to our Rotarians and guests. To start things off today, we have the four-way test, prayer, and pledge led by Kim Kirkman, followed by guest introductions from Ed Owens, and two new member introductions with new membership chair Ross Burnett. A quick reminder as we get started today, please remember to silence your cell phones during the meeting. With that, we will invite Kim to the front.
A few months ago, when I volunteered to lead this part of the meeting, I didn't realize it was going to be Election Day. And I think the three parts of this part of our meeting are very true and a good reminder for each of us. So if you'll join me in the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? I would like to invite you, if you will, to join me in the Lord's Prayer. I think the words of that prayer that many of us know will bring guidance for today and the results that we'll have sometime tonight or tomorrow. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Please join me to say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's indeed a pleasure to welcome all the guests today. We have so many, we'll dispense with our normal listing, and I'm really glad to see that the rain did not deter so many guests. But if you would please, if you are a Rotarian with a guest or a visiting Rotarian, please stand and we will give you an honor by giving you applause. Please stand. Thank you, and please come back anytime you can.
Well, the weather might not be fantastic, but today is, because we've got two wonderful new and returning members today. I am pleased to welcome Senior Master Taekwon Lee to Club 99. Commencing his martial arts training at the early age of 4, Senior Master Taekwon Lee is now CEO of the American Taekwondo Association. He's had a lifelong passion for Songnam Taekwondo, deemed a class clown in class. He earned his black belt at the age of 9, but quickly learned a lesson of humility when he was demoted to red belt shortly after an event. He became a more serious student and transferred to Chief Master Tammy Harvey Stauber's ATA school at the age of 12, where he became a junior instructor. In 1993, Senior Master Lee began working at the ATA headquarters part-time, assisting his father at national events. Just 1 year later, he earned the title of World Champion as a third-degree black belt. In 2013, he earned the title of Master Instructor. He earned the rank of 7th degree black belt a few years ago in 2019 and became Senior Master Instructor that same year. Besides his extensive martial arts training, he has a plethora of experience within the ATA. In 2002, he became the Executive Director of the H.U. Lee Memorial Foundation and launched a regional scholarship program that raised more than $100,000. In 2004, Senior Master Lee founded ATA's media department out of Los Angeles and became the vice president of media for the organization. In 2007, he authored and published a children's book, The Legend of Bayo, How Bayo Got His Stripes, eventually producing 3 books and a 12-minute, fully animated pilot entitled Bayo and the Bully. Now, what you can do, and what I want you to do, is to go watch this on YouTube because it's incredible. I watched it before I came here, and is it your daughter reading it online? Bayo and the Bully? I believe so. Yeah, it's adorable. It's adorable. In 2014, Master Lee was asked to return to Little Rock to lead the ATA instruction department, and as executive director of training, he helped revamp ATA Tigers, Karate for Kids, the leadership and legacy programs, and launched ATA fitness training. Additionally, he began leading the mastership ceremony, which he still does today. Senior Master Lee also founded an ATA school in Atlanta, which is now a top school in karate, Atlanta's 16 schools. When he's not at the headquarters, the new one that you've seen down in Riverdale, wonderful area there, Master Lee enjoys spending time with his wife Vanessa and their 2 daughters, Amelia and Annika. Amelia earned her black belt in 2022, and Annika is on track to test for her black belt this year. Master Lee has experience in the entertainment industry and has been in commercials with superstars like the Cindy Crawford, Magic, and Bruce Lee. Please help me welcome Senior Master Taekwon Lee to Club 99. Elizabeth Small is a sponsor of Taekwon and of his returning mother, Miss Sun Lee. So please help me welcome Sun. Now let's see here. Mrs. Sun Cha Lee is chairman of the board for ATA International, the largest martial arts organization in North America dedicated to the discipline of Taekwondo. Continuing the legacy of her late husband and ATA founder, Eternal Grandmaster H.U. Lee, Sun Lee is committed to changing lives through martial arts. ATA currently has a presence in 25 or more countries and 6 continents with a global membership that exceeds 300,000. Lee also oversees the H.U. Lee Memorial Scholarship Foundation, which awards college scholarships to deserving ATA students. Since 1995, the foundation has provided nearly 1,000 students with over $1 million in college funding. That is incredible. Over the years, Lee has served as an international ambassador for ATA, its global community, and her home in South Korea. That's why in 2009, Lee took on the responsibility of overseeing the design and building of the H.U. Lee International Gate and Garden in Little Rock, which memorializes her late husband while also sharing the history of Songham Taekwondo and represents the friendship between Little Rock and South Korea. I had no idea. That is very cool. ATA has been headquartered in Little Rock since 1977, and the organization has deep roots with the city. ATA's annual Worlds event is the largest convention in the city, each year bringing nearly 20,000 guests to Central Arkansas, and has an impact of $6 million to the local economy. Most recently, Lee made a permanent statement about the relationship with Little Rock by opening the new 43,000 square foot ATA World headquarters that I mentioned earlier on Riverfront Drive. Please help me welcome Sun Lee back to Club 99.
All right, thank you, Kim, as well as our greeters this morning. We had Rick Fleetwood, Kim Kirkman again, and Sergeant-at-Arms Rachel O'Neill. Thank you all for the smiling faces up front, and welcome to Club 99, Taekwon and Sun Lee. We're excited to have you both with us. In case you missed it last week, we published the annual report summarizing past President Natalie Gadati's amazing year of 5-way tests and the growing our collective fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the short trip down memory lane as much as I did. To continue our Rotary Year theme of global hearts, local hands, I've decided to use my President's Minute to highlight Rotary clubs around the globe. There are more than 46,000 clubs worldwide. We'll take a minute to learn about one other club a week from their history, membership, or special projects that they support. This week, I'd like to start with a little attention to detail. You may have noticed it, but as we roll through the largest club list, I'm very careful to say the largest clubs in the United States, and that's because India exists. The first Rotary Club was the Rotary Club of Calcutta, chartered on January 1st, 1920, followed closely by the Rotary Club of Madras, chartered on July 19th. Now there are 4,750 clubs in the country with more than 173,000 members. India accounts for 5 of the 20 largest clubs in the world, including the world's largest club in Andhra Pradesh with 855 members. South Korea actually accounts for 2 of the 20, and the rest are United States clubs. But I'm focusing on India this week, in particular the Rotary Club of Bombay, called the Queen City Club, not only because of their size or because of their club age, because this weekend was a big holiday for our fellow Rotarians, the Diwali festival. Diwali is a 5-day national holiday called the Festival of Lights and is meant to symbolize the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. The festival involves lights, fireworks, and special sweets, which you were able to enjoy for dessert today, thanks to our friends here at the Clinton Library and Restaurant 42. We also had a few pictures from Club 99er, Rajesh Chokani, from this weekend up on the screen. We're hoping to have some videos from this week's featured club, the Rotary Club of Bombay, where Rajesh's uncle is currently the club president. Unfortunately, we had some technology issues over the weekend and weren't able to put it together in time. But regardless, I was grateful to learn more about my own heritage in the last week, and hopefully you enjoyed learning a little bit more about another way Rotarians can get together and celebrate friendship and fellowship around the world. So with that, we will toast the Rotary Club of Bombay, Queen City, and the National Indian holiday of Diwali. Next, I will invite Rotarian Shannon Hurd up to the podium to introduce today's program. Please help me welcome Shannon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are having a good day and staying dry out there. All right, so my name is Shannon Hurd, and I serve as the Associate Director of Executive Education with the Walton College of Business at the University of Arkansas. And I've been with the Walton College for over 3 years, and it really has been an honor to witness the impact the college has made and continues to make on our state in business education for our students and professionals and beyond. And that impact would not be possible without our Dean of the Walton College, Dr. Williams. Dr. Brent Williams serves as the Dean of the Sam M. Walton College of Business at the University of Arkansas and is the holder of the Sam M. Walton Leadership Chair. With a deep commitment for fostering excellence in business education and thought leadership, Dr. Williams brings a wealth of experience in his role, shaping the future of the college and its impact on students and the business community. As a native Arkansan, Dr. Williams earned his PhD in business administration from the University of Arkansas, specializing in supply chain management. Before assuming the deanship, Dr. Williams held key leadership roles at the Walton College, including Senior Associate Dean, Associate Dean for Executive Education and Outreach, and Chair of the Department of Supply Chain Management. These roles have spearheaded initiatives that have enhanced the college's reputation for innovation and industry engagement, including the early development of the McMillan Innovation Studio and the University of Arkansas campus, and Walton College is second in Main in downtown Little Rock. Dr. Williams is focused on advancing the college towards its vision of being a catalyst for transforming the lives of its students and a thought leader in business. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Dean Williams.
Well, good afternoon. It's such a pleasure to be here. First, thank you for the opportunity to be here, and Shannon, thank you for a wonderful introduction. As a fellow Rotarian, I'm sure you know Shannon, but just what an absolute treasure she is, and I'm so glad that she is representing the Walton College of Business in Little Rock every single day. Thank you for what you're doing. I'm, again, excited to be here. I learned that this club, I think, is the longest standing civic organization in the state, if I understood that correctly. So kudos to you for the way that you serve our state and your local community, and thanks for giving me a little bit of time to brag about something that I'm pretty passionate about, the Walton College of Business. As Shannon said, I am a native Arkansan. I grew up just up Highway 67 from you all in small town Newport, Arkansas. Many of you may know. And, one of the things that is really special to me, I get to hold the Sam Walton Leadership Chair. And I must tell you, that is quite an honor, if you can imagine, to hold a chair with what I consider to be the world's greatest entrepreneur with his name on not only that chair, but also our college, and to grow up in a town where he opened his very first store in Newport, Arkansas. So I feel a real connection. The College of Business at the University of Arkansas I hope is a special place to you all in terms of the way that we serve this state. It's certainly special to me and personal to me. You heard Shannon say that our vision is we kind of boil it down to we want to be a thought leader in business, and we want to be a catalyst for transforming lives. And as a catalyst, if you think about I always think about like a chemistry experiment, and it's really the chemist, the job is to put the right ingredients in the right places at the right time. And that's really what we choose and try to do. And the Walton College made a tremendous impact on my life. It truly changed the direction as a student. I came to the Walton College as a graduate student in 2004, making a career change, coming out of a business that I'd been a part of for 6 years, and really found supply chain management and found partnerships with industry, not only in Northwest Arkansas, but ultimately throughout the world. And that's really what I believe in for the college, and it's really what I believe in for business education. And so if the reason why I took the opportunity, jumped at this chance to speak with you, because I believe education is something that we are all in together. While I might have the title of educator, it really takes all of us, and particularly in business education, a very practical focus in education. It takes us, it takes you in the community, it takes businesses throughout this state to really help transform those lives in a way that I think is going to advance the economy of this entire state. And so that's why I do what I do, and really wanted to share some of the facts that we're proud of and some of the programs that we're proud of at the Walton College. So it's been, again, a pleasure to meet you all, and I specifically wanted to say I've got to meet several of my colleagues from our sister institution at UA Little Rock that I hadn't met before, and so thank you to you all for joining us today. As you know, we are known as one of the top 25 business schools in the United States amongst public, and this is something that really is quite meaningful to us. We say that we don't necessarily strive for the ranking, but we hope the ranking is reflecting upon hopefully the good work that we're doing and the partnerships that we have and the great students that we have. And one of the programs that we're probably most proud of has been a program that has emerged at the Walton College over the last 15 years. Our supply chain management program started in 2011. And I was really fortunate to get to be hired in 2011 into that department and get to be a part of starting that department, and truly a journey that it's been on. But the reason why a program like that in our state, at our institution, I think has not only makes sense, but has done so well, is because of the number of great companies in this state that are involved in supply chain management. And I could go down the list, and it's a long list, but that really has been the secret sauce, in my opinion, to what has driven the success of the supply chain management program at the University of Arkansas. It's been the support of the community and businesses around us. And what has happened that's been truly, I think, transformational has been like as that program grew in its national presence, in 2020 it was ranked for the first time as #1 in North America. And all of the sudden, the brand of that program began to grow. Companies that weren't hiring our students before decided to hire our students. Students from across the country were saying, I want to study supply chain management at the University of Arkansas at the Walton College. And oh yeah, it kind of hit at a perfect time for us at least. Most of you probably didn't know the term supply chain management before 2020, but when the pandemic hit, you knew, right? While it was not fortunate for many, and those of us in supply chain, it brought supply chain to the national consciousness, the global consciousness, in a way that had not been the case before. And so it really, I think that has also propelled the success of the Walton College program in supply chain management. Another area where you may not know about our strength is in what departmentally we call information systems, but it's actually broader than that. It's a program that really focuses not only on information systems, but emerging technologies. We've got one of the leading scholars in the world on blockchain that joined us about 6 years ago. She has been really at the forefront of blockchain research and now is actually moving a lot of her interest into the metaverse. She is teaching a course to our students in the metaverse, which is quite interesting. So this is a department that's really pushing us from a technological standpoint. They're pushing us and driving us in the realm of AI, and specifically how AI is going to interact and intersect with the other disciplines of business. So these are a couple of the star programs at the Walton College of Business that I'm particularly proud of. I'm also proud of our enrollment, and thanks to all of you that are a part of helping us make this happen. We are not quite 10,000 students in the College of Business, but really, really close. We're 9,854 students in the College of Business. That's about a third of the overall campus at the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville, which is truly amazing. It is not the biggest, but one of the largest colleges of businesses in the United States at this point. And, and I think that Arkansas, I say this all the time, I feel like our state kind of punches above our weight when it comes to business. When you think of the great businesses, big and small and medium, that have been created from this state and grown in this state, and you really step back from it, it is truly a remarkable story that our state has in business. And I think the reputation that our state has for great entrepreneurs starting their companies here, growing their companies here. We know we've got companies that are moving their businesses to Arkansas, and that's causing students to understand that there's a real career out there if they want to study business. And I'll give you the top 3 majors in our college in just a moment in terms of enrollment. But we are really fortunate to be growing at a really fast rate. We grew by about 900 students year over year in this past year. And so students are increasingly choosing to study business, or I guess we grew by 831 of those were undergraduates. And we're a primarily undergraduate institution in the College of Business. We've got 9,100 or so of those students are undergraduates. And I say that to you to say, I hope that when you think about, I hope when I walk off the stage, maybe you think about a couple of things. Think about all of the talent that are in the walls of the Walton College. And we're 4 or 5 buildings there, a few acres. It's really a small space if you want to think about it. The future of Arkansas business, in my opinion, is there. And so as you think about your own businesses and your own organizations, think about those students when you're thinking about hiring, and please think about those students when you're thinking about internships. I think as you watch us over the next few years, you're going to see us really focus on the practical experiences that our students need to be ready to come into your businesses and make a difference. And then later in life, or whenever it's a part of their journey, found their own businesses and build their own, the next great business that's going to be a part of driving the Arkansas economy. So the growth has been tremendous. We're growing in our graduate programs. We've got about 700 graduate students. And there's been a real shift in business education, and I think that in many ways we were on the forefront of this to focus in on specialized programs for master's degrees. So we have our executive MBA, we have full-time MBA, but now you'll find 9 different programs that are very focused, whether it be you want to study supply chain management, you want to focus on finance, you want to focus on emerging technology. There's options throughout our graduate programs, and we are really serving a professional student for the most part. This is a student that is currently working and is deciding that they either want to upskill through a master's program, or they may want to, like I did, I used graduate school to make a shift in my career, landed in supply chain, landed in academics, and we have many students that are doing the same. So the growth at our college has been truly tremendous. I get asked all the time, what are your students studying? And interestingly, we've got over 2,000 of those students, 2,100 plus, that are studying finance. And finance for us is a pretty broad major. They can specialize in many different areas, whether that be real estate or investments or risk management, banking. And then we've got, it's always it's competition inside our college for who's going to be the biggest department. And it's just neck and neck between finance and marketing. But there's been real recent growth in our marketing department. And the skills that companies tell us that they're looking for are what we are trying to build our curriculum to align to. So what you'll see a real focus in digital marketing that you wouldn't have seen 5 years ago, 6 years ago for sure. And we are staffing those classes with not only tenure track faculty, but also people that are currently working in industry teaching those classes. Because that is a discipline, of course, that is moving every single day. The target moves every day. And we need people that are up to date, teaching our students, keeping them current. Another real focus for us has been sales. You might say, why sales? That's been a focus of mine over the last year at the Walton College. And it's really just a belief of, if I polled you, many of you would say, and I ask you, what does it take to succeed in business? You would tell me, you might tell me analytical skills, and we are working on putting business analytics in our core curriculum. I'm really proud of that. The fact that I believe we'll get that through fingers crossed, we'll get that through all of our committees soon, but meaning that every single student will walk out with a business analytics class before they go into an internship after their sophomore year. This is really important for the skills that these students need to walk into your companies, I think, to succeed. I think you would also many of you would tell me soft skills. And one way that a college of business can do that is through our sales program and really teaching them how to sell and the principles of selling, and that it is an art and a science, and that you are there to help customers solve the problems that they have through your products and services. And this is a program that has really taken off for us. Companies of all sizes have supported this. They all need sales talent. And so I'm really proud of the progress we're making there. And of course, supply chain is on the rise. It is our fastest growing major. Students are choosing it more and more. And when I came to the Walton College in 2011, I'm going to miss the number. It was less than 100 students were studying supply chain management. Today, over 1,100 are studying supply chain management. So you can see there are opportunities galore for those students. And accounting is our fourth, very, very strong, has always been strong. This is bucking the national trend. You know, you're seeing a lot of accounting programs decline in enrollment across the country, and we have continued to grow in our accounting program. And actually our MAC program, which is really the program that prepares you to sit for the CPA, has doubled year over year. So lots of momentum in an area where there's a real need across industry, but there's been declining interest amongst students across the country. Some of the top employers and that I thought I would just share with you where our students are landing. And these are just top 10 in the last year. And this number changes a lot. Arkansas companies, as you can expect, dominate the list. Walmart is great to hire our students. Tyson, JB Hunt, Pam Transport, you'll see. Then you'll see others. You'll see PwC, Deloitte, KPMG. You don't see Accenture on the list, but they hire regularly. So a lot of the consulting and auditing firms are hiring our students on a regular basis. And what I think is really good about the companies that hire our students, there are thousands. You know, I'm just giving you the top 10. And, you know, what's really meaningful for us is those companies that also hire 1 a year, 2 a year. And there's hundreds of those. And the reason why I think that that's so important is we want our students to have options, and we want them to choose the fit that is best for them, where they think they can make the biggest impact. And you know, that's companies big, small, medium, you name it, in all different kinds of industries. So again, my plea as I leave here will be, please consider the great talent that's at the Walton College. You'll see, here's what I think you'll see us begin to really lean into over the next few years, what I believe is going to be really important for our College of Business. And I hope you'll see a theme of being really practical and really involved in the community and focused on what our state needs. I believe experiential learning opportunities is going to be key. I believe that we all know that information is everywhere, but experiences, great experiences, are rare. So the more of those great experiences that we build into our programs, again, the better that our talent is going to be to be able to impact your businesses and I hope our economy in Arkansas. We have really talented researchers at the College of Business. That are focused in all different kind of areas, from human resources to analytics to supply chain to marketing, you name it. And they want to be involved with opportunities not only in the state, but with companies all over the world. And increasing those opportunities for our faculty is a key. And then we are, if you look at our strategic areas of focus, you will see supply chain clearly with our retail focus is one, analytics is one, and the other is entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship at the University of Arkansas and the desire that our students have to be innovators and entrepreneurs is rapidly increasing. You feel the momentum. And you will see continued news coming out of the University of Arkansas for the programs that exist, for students that want to learn how to solve problems, do customer discovery, build companies that ultimately are going to grow jobs and ultimately impact the economy positively in Arkansas. So those will be the 3 areas that you'll see us focusing on. I thought I would tell you quickly about a few different experiential learning programs that I am particularly proud of. And these are the kinds of things that, if it's the right fit, would love to have you involved in at the University of Arkansas. I mentioned briefly our sales program. I think what's unique about it is how involved industry is in this particular program. One of the most exciting days on campus is our sales competition. And this is where teams from the sales program compete, and they're judged by people that are current professionals. There'll be hundreds of them competing based on cases that are provided by different companies from throughout the state. And this is truly a day where you're seeing real-time feedback coming from people that are working today, giving our students advice about, oh, maybe say it this way, or pitch it this way, or you're missing this data. Did you think about this perspective? Those are the invaluable pieces. When I said at the beginning about how education takes more than just an educator, it takes all of us. That is a way that this state and companies in this state can help us develop talent. So these are just a couple of the young ladies that competed in the last sales competition. Really proud of this program, as you can imagine. The portfolio management program is not new by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, Ashvin and I were talking about this. His mentor, Bob Kennedy, founded this program. And I don't know, probably early 60s, mid 60s when he founded this program. This was the forefront of experiential learning at the University of Arkansas's College of Business. Some of you in this room have probably gone through that program. It is a program where our students are investing real dollars in a real-time way through their classes. And over, as I get to talk to our alumni throughout the state and the world, so many will point back to this class and to this experience and say, this made the difference for me. This changed my life. This gave me a different direction. This is what helped me land this job. And that's what these experiential learning opportunities are designed to do. So building on foundations like this. And today, I actually got an update, asked for an update in preparation for this late last week. Our students across all the different funds that they're managing, including a fixed income fund, and there's 3 other funds, they're managing and have grown to a total of $16.5 million that they're actively managing and doing very, very well. They compete in New York usually every spring break, and are just a program we are remarkably proud of. And I think that this program really helps train the next generation of finance professionals in this state. And we're growing a focus on alternative investments. We're piloting a class this semester that I wouldn't say mimics portfolio. We've got a long way to go to get there, but really is starting to dive in to help our students understand all the asset classes that are available to be invested in, and where they'll get practice modeling those investments and making their own theses, and then having that tested against what professionals that are along with this program are telling them. And then finally, I think, I wanted to share about the McMillan Innovation Studio. And as Shannon mentioned in my bio, and Shannon, I'm sorry the bio was so long. I'll shorten it next time. There's been a couple of things that have truly been a joy that I've had the opportunity to be a part of starting in the Walton College. Again, I've been there since 2011. Been a student there, so it truly has been most of my professional journey there. The McMillan Innovation Studio is a program and a space on campus that is really designed to give students tools to learn how to innovate, and then ultimately, take those innovations and turn them into products and turn them into businesses. But at its core, the McMillan Innovation Studio is about innovative thinking. It is about a space and a place and a program where students can experience design thinking, which is very human-centric design to problem solving, and then take those design experiences that they have. And they are, one thing I love, they might have an idea for a product or a service, and the first thing they have to go do is talk to hundreds of people. They have to get out and talk to people one-on-one, interview them, and truly understand what their needs are. And in a day where it's easy to simply say all research can be done online, anything can be done not in person, That's not how it works in the McMillan Innovation Studio. We believe that that person has to be able to interact one-on-one and truly understand, Jason, what your needs really are and how their product are going to help solve that problem. So students in the studio can go from a design team where they're solving a problem, they build a prototype, they go to a product team where they build that product, and then eventually they can transition into our new venture development program where they really learn how to build a business around that product or service. It's truly a remarkable thing. And Doug and Shelley McMillan, Doug is the CEO of Walmart, that had truly made this possible financially for us and really had the vision for it as well. He saw the need for our students to be more innovative thinkers and was willing to help us do that. It's something I'm really proud of. The second thing that I wanted to share, that this probably of everything I've done, I promise I'm not just saying this because I'm in Little Rock. One of the most fun things I've got to do in my career is be a part of building our program in downtown Little Rock at what we call Second and Main. It's an executive education program. It's non-credit, and it's really where we work through a customized way. And it took us, Blythe and Shannon, a little bit to figure out what the business model was really going to be. But where we partner with organizations now throughout the state to really help meet the training needs that they have by bringing our faculty from other universities, experts from companies. Like, we really are seeking to source expertise and to build programs for companies and organizations in a way that helps them meet their specialized workforce needs. And we really feel like this is a key program, and it being located in downtown Little Rock, we think is representative of the fact that we are a land-grant institution. And what that means is that we have a responsibility to serve this state, its citizens, and its businesses. And this is a real way that we choose to do that. So if you don't know about the Walton College at Second and Main, you probably know Shannon. Shannon leads that. Blythe Eggleston is our executive director of executive programs at the Walton College. She's here, and they would be more than happy to share about that, I'm sure. Only a minor sales pitch, I promise. I do hope that, what my hope today was to brag a little bit on something that I'm pretty passionate about, but also to express to you again, think about the talent it's ready to serve you and your companies and organizations. I hope you'll consider following us on social media if you don't already, where you'll find a lot of more information about our students, about the companies we're partnering with, the programs that we're partnering with. You can find us on any of those platforms, but LinkedIn might be the best way to follow us. It's where I think you'll find some content that not only is maybe a little entertaining, but hopefully also educational. So thank you for allowing me to be in downtown Little Rock. Looking forward to questions that you might have. Thank you.
From Walmart and other companies in Northwest Arkansas. What about academic assistance and day-to-day assistance from how these companies operate and what they're looking for in the future? How do y'all corroborate that mission?
So let me make sure I understand. So how do we help make sure that we meet the needs of those companies? Yeah, that's a great question. And so the question, if you couldn't hear it, was how do we make sure that in our programs that we're designing and preparing students to meet the needs of the workforce in our state and beyond? And we do that in multiple ways. One, I will say that is a never-ending task. It is a daily task. Business is changing. It's changing rapidly, and it is changing more rapidly than it was yesterday. And so trying to figure out how to teach the basic concepts, but then have the latest skills is no doubt a challenge. But here's the way we attempt to do that, and it is to have industry on our campus almost every single day. It is rare that I don't walk through the different parts of the college and there's not someone from industry there involved in a class, or they're there to hire, or they're there working on one of our boards. Let me give you one example is I'm thinking of our accounting advisory board, and many of our programs have these kinds of boards. Our supply chain program might have the most robust, actually, where these individuals are representing their companies, and they might be in supply chain, probably 50 or 60 companies. In accounting, it's a smaller group of probably 20 or 25. Our retail program has an advisory board that consists of Walmart, other retailers, lots of suppliers like Procter & Gamble, Unilever. And these groups are the ones that are advising the departments on their curriculum. And that's usually, almost every one of them are meeting formally a couple of times per year. And various topics: how do you support students? How do you help them get internships? But inevitably, there's conversations about what are you seeing that you need? How are our students performing to those needs? And what do we need to work on in doing that? And so it's really, and it can't be just me, right? It can't be the dean that does that and learns. It has to truly be dispersed throughout our college. And I'll say we're fortunate. We're fortunate in this state, in my opinion, to be so connected. It's the thing I might love about this state the most. I mean, you and I haven't met yet, but it wouldn't take us more than 2 minutes to have some common connection if I had to guess. And I think it means that business feels comfortable engaging with us, and sharing those needs. And then also, I think from an educator standpoint, it means posturing yourself to want that input and do your best to input it. And hey, curriculum is a living, breathing thing. And it goes through long processes to get approved, but on a day-to-day basis, you can bring that knowledge in. And then I will also say, one thing that has probably shifted is as we have grown, we've grown the types of faculty that are teaching in our programs. And so we have traditional researchers like myself. That's the background that I come from. We have what we call professors of practice. We have instructors, we have lecturers, and many of these people are currently working today. So what we're doing as faculty is helping them to understand the content that needs to be taught to be aligned with the other classes, and then they're bringing in the knowledge of, here's what happened today to me, in the workforce, or here's what I dealt with last week on my team. And that's another way that we help keep it relevant. I hope that was a good answer to that question. Yes, sir.
My question would be, what's the next big thing? I mean, if you're looking out ahead, what's the next big dream for the school and the thing that you would love to see happen that's kind of a big or an audacious goal possibly?
Yeah, there's probably lots of directions that I can go, but since I'm focused on experiential learning, let me focus there. I want every single program to have, I want experiences embedded throughout every single program that we have. Again, I think that's what education is really increasingly about. The information is important, but the ability to apply it on an ongoing basis. So I hope in 5 years, if I get the chance to come back, I hope that we're one of the most, try to think about the best way to say this, but the most practical business schools in the country. Meaning, and I think to do that, it's easy to say, but it means that your students have to be learning and applying, and I believe at the same time. So probably in this first year that I've been able to be the dean, I have focused on sales, I've focused on business analytics, and I've focused on internships for our students. And I just believe it's those internships and ongoing work experiences. And, this is something I hope to also see evolve. I think we're seeing this, but I think there's some work on our side to do in this way. It is that, you think of the traditional summer internship, and that is always going to be very important. But there are opportunities for our students to continue those throughout the year, in a part-time way where they continue to contribute to the company that they're working with. And oh yeah, by the way, they might have a job lined up before they even start their senior year oftentimes because of that. And so I hope you see that our students continue to get experiences where they can apply what they're learning in a broader and broader way. Yes, sir.
So the other direction I'm curious about how you reach is, how do you reach down to the high schools and attract students? Because my daughter showed up at U of A and you declare a major the day you show up.
Yeah.
And how do you attract students to your program, especially the kids who are disadvantaged or minorities who didn't grow up with parents in a room like this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do in a broad-based way. I think one way that we are trying to address that to a degree, there's a couple I want to mention. Are these at scale yet? No. So what I'm telling you is not quite at scale. And it is, one, how do you partner with educators in high school? You know, I think you could argue, you know, maybe it's even earlier when students are needing to be exposed, but at least for us, it's high school. And I get the opportunity to serve on the board of Economics Arkansas. I know Kathleen and the team are here. Finding ways and so this is a group that is out working with K through 12 educators every single day. And what we've been, how do we help them? But then how do we get, our faculty engaged in helping the design of curriculum in high school? One place where we've had some success in doing that is Bentonville Public Schools, as an example. So we have a faculty member that she goes in every single year, spends a couple of days, and she has a supply chain game, basically, a simulation. But the whole point is, do students, and she's a supply chain professor, one of the best in the country, by the way, and her whole goal is can I teach them the basic language, so that, to your point, they come to the University of Arkansas as a freshman. If that's of interest, they know what to major in. But you talked about, that's Bentonville, right? That's right in our back door. We're in Little Rock, and I grew up in, a small town in the north edge of the Delta. And I think what we are focused on in that, we have a few summer programs that I think are really important. We have a few summer programs that are designed to get students, usually after their junior year, before their senior year, onto our campus. And really, it's about exposure to business. It's about exposure to entrepreneurship. And even just I threw up finance and real estate and financial. Many of these students have never heard these terms, and so can we just help expose them? We want them to make the decisions that's best for them, but we want them to have the information. We have a program called Fleischer Scholars, which is designed to support economically disadvantaged students in bringing them to campus. And then we also, one thing we're trying, and honestly we're experimenting, a lot, is we recently asked a woman on our team to focus on, we're just calling it Arkansas engagement right now, without a great label to put on it necessarily. We asked her to choose 5 communities, and we worked with her to choose 5 communities from throughout the state to focus on this year. And that is to get out into those communities, meet with civic leaders, high school teachers, maybe the superintendent, some of the key businesses in that area. Make it known, one, that the Walton College would love for students in their community to study business, but then also to digitally, once we start growing connections, share stories of students from those towns that are currently at the Walton College. And here's what the Walton College student, this person is doing. He or she got their degree in this, and this is what they're doing next, so that, even if we never physically interact with this student digitally, can we put some examples from their hometown up of what someone else is studying? Those are some ways that come to my mind. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for being with us today. And I just want to share a personal experience. And this is my son who graduated from the college with a major in supply chain management. And it was the best thing ever that happened to him. He's doing very well. It's been almost 10 years now. And I just would like to see more of those opportunities, because when he was in college, they were visited by various companies, and he got out fresh of college with a job with J.B. Hunt, and then HP, and Virginia asked for him, Austin asked for him. So it's truly an amazing program, and not only did he get his major, but he also, as you mentioned earlier during your discussion, the IT part of it. So he also got a minor in that, and this is what enhanced his career and made him move forward. But I would like to just thank you and see more of that happening here in our state, in Arkansas, so no one else take them away from us. So maybe
I agree. I agree. Well, thank you.
But thank you so much. It was a great program. Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing. What a great way to end. I appreciate such a wonderful sentiment and testimonial, and I'm proud of that. Again, I hope you, as I close, Jason, just simply, again, I think I've made the plea, think about our students. I want you to hire them. I want you to give them internships. I want you to be encouraged about business education in this state. And it's the Walton College, it's my colleagues at UA Little Rock, other institutions. Students can go get a business education, and they can learn the skills that they need to go get a good job, and to support their family and to build their communities and build businesses that give other jobs and support this economy. So I hope you leave maybe just even slightly more optimistic than you were about business education. Thank you.
Keep you up here for 2 more seconds. Thank you, Dr. Williams. We're looking forward to more great things from the Walton School of Business. As a thank you to our presenters, we've commissioned local Arkansan Sage Holland, a master bead maker out of Mountain Home, Arkansas, to make a commemorative bead that represents our Rotary Year theme of global hearts and local hands. I hope it finds a place on your newish desk and serves as a pleasant reminder of your time with our club. Next Tuesday, we will get an update from the National Cold War Museum being built in Blytheville, Arkansas on Eagle Air Force Base. With that, we are adjourned. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We're going to stick around.